Hey friends, we're trying out something new here. A good friend and supporter of the stream and brainiac and maker of many requests and strategies that I've played, Save Orcas, had an idea for me. This user, he said, what if you go for a quick mana potion on your Shadow Hunter when you're walking around with your Farseer and your Headhunters? Getting that quick mana potion on the Shadow Hunter allows you to do 6 hexes instead of 4 when you meet the enemy Death Knight, Fiends and Dark Ranger. And it's always very scary around the 5-minute mark. Undeads tend to harass your Headhunters, they try to kill a bunch, and you're trying to run away, you come with your Shadow and then you kind of have this skirmish. This is very meta right now. So can the Hex with the bonus mana potions be a good way to play, even if that delays your tier 3 or lowers your Headhunter count? This game is the experiment, the application of it. Let's see if it's good and if maybe we found something new.
What do you want? Yes. Happy to.
Moon did leave a donation for my birthday, yes, but it was also kind of payment for my helping him with something, which it's not really payment because we didn't have any deal. He just came to thank me for my birthday, yes. But I also helped him with some promotion for his new streaming platform. He called me last week to ask why you've been so distant these last 17 years. He started on a new streaming platform. Let's say if I were to switch from Twitch to YouTube and I asked Moon to share an announcement message where he wishes me well and good luck on the new platform, that's the equivalent of what I did for him. My name is Grubby, and this player and this stream platform are my favorites. Good luck, Moon. Mass Effect? What Mass Effect? Which platform is he streaming on now? You have to ask him that. It was my favorite when I made the video, but now I don't remember. Oh yeah, Hooya. It's because of Witty and 4-on-4 screw in that I don't play. I'm afraid of him.
We need more lumber.
My eyes are open. I see.
Hooya? Yeah.
You need my counsel. Of course. Seeing is believing. It is so.
Something you're doing? Oh,
My eyes are open.
work complete.
I see. Of course. Watch
Work
out.
complete.
Aha!
My counsel. It is certain. Look out. Seeing is believing. I see. Of course.
Vengeance
Watch out.
soon to you. What you want me to do?
Destiny away. It is certain. Look out.
What you want me to go? Who you want me to kill? We need
My
more
eyes are
gold.
open. Seeing is believing.
We're under attack. What you want me to go? What you want me to do? It's time for work complete.
My eyes are open.
We need more gold. Who you want me to kill?
It is certain. I see. My eyes
What you want me to go? Who you want me to kill? What you want me to go? What you want me to do?
destiny.
What? What you want me to do? What you want me to go? What you want? What?
My
Who you
counsel.
want me to kill? Who you want me to kill?
My eyes are
What?
open. Seeing is believing. Do you
What you
need
want me
my
to go?
counsel?
What you want me to do?
Destiny away.
Who you
Watch out.
What you want me to do? Attack! What? What you want me to go? What you want me to do? We're under attack! What? We're complete. What you want me to do? What?
Destiny
Who you want me to do? What you want me to go?
You need
Just what you want me to do?
Yeah, my eyes are open. I see.
What? We're under attack! Build more burrows. We're complete. Who you want me to kill? What you want me to go? What you want me to do? What you want me to do?
My eyes are open. My eyes are open.
Who you want me to kill? What you want me to go?
If we win this game, I want to explain the build and compare the differences.
Who you want me to kill?
Is believing.
What you want me to do?
My
It's
eyes
Dark Ranger time if he has it.
What you want me to go? Vengeance what? What you want me to do?
you need my counsel. I see. Watch out. Destiny. Of course.
Who you want me to kill?
You need my counsel.
We're under attack!
It is certain.
Want to see some enemies hiding? What you want me to go?
I see.
What?
You'll be my next victim.
We need more gold.
My eyes are
my blade.
Destiny.
What you want me to do? What you want me to go? Who you want me to kill?
Destiny.
What? What you want me to do?
You need my counsel.
What you want me to go? Who you want me to kill? What? Attack!
Watch out.
What you want me to do?
My eyes are
What you want me to go? Yes, what you want me to do? Who you want me to do? What? It's time for it. What you want me to do? As we go, we are enemies hiding. Use my power. What you want me to go? We are enemies hiding. Just what you be my next victim. Use my power. Direct my blade. Who do I kill first? Direct my blade. What you want me to go? Who you want me to kill? Use my next victim. Keep it charming. What you want me to do? Who do I kill first? What?
My eyes are open.
What?
New style from Save Orcas.
What you want me to go?
Even he finds it interesting.
What you want me to do? Who you want me to do? What you want me to do? Be my next victim.
My eyes are open.
We're complete. Why? Use my power. Something doing? We are enemies be hiding. What you want me to go? What you want me to do?
My eyes are open.
Why? Use my power.
You need my counsel.
Who do I kill? Who you want me to kill?
Watch out.
You will be my next victim.
Critical, critical, critical! Yeah!
What you want me to go? We are enemies be hiding.
You need my counsel.
What you want me to go?
My power. Destiny.
Why? What you want me to do?
My eyes are open.
Why? What you want me to do?
It is certain.
What you want me to go? What you want me to do? What you want me to go? Why? Direct my blade.
Watch out. Watch out. It is certain. Of course. Do you need
Why?
my
What you want me to go?
counsel?
We're under attack! What you want me to do? Yeah, who you want me to do?
My eyes are open.
What you want me to go?
My eyes are open.
What you want me to do?
My counsel.
Who you want me to kill?
Destiny.
You be my next victim.
Watch out.
We're under attack! Use my power.
GG. Cool. This was very interesting. Very, very interesting. So, Orcas has been asking me for a while to go for Mana Potion with Shadowhunter finishing. Instead of what is the question. So Mana Potion is 150 gold. Which means you're making one Headhunter viewer, or you don't get Speed Scroll Heal Soul. Both is possible. And he also pointed out that we used to have a different build than the one that everyone is doing nowadays, which is 15 mil, 16 barracks, and this can tech at 206. Now you can see that this is true, 209. That means you have 30 seconds faster tier 2, as the other build techs at 235. About 30 seconds faster. So the Shadowhunter comes out now instead of at 6 minutes, which means it's already out and about on the map, contesting this camp. Had Shadow not been out now, and still halfway, I wouldn't be able to contest this camp at all. And one thing that Orcas pointed out today, I was doing groceries and we were on the phone chatting like two old girlfriends. Hey Orcas, hey, how you doing? Just thinking about this new build, says Orcas. I'm like, oh, do tell. Just gossiping away like two aunties. Anyway, he was saying, keep in mind that you don't actually have less money when you go for this build. You are delaying your Headhunter production initially while speeding up your tech. But by the time you hit any game time, 6 minutes, 5 minutes, 7 minutes, you still have mined the same money. So it is an illusion that you don't have enough money for anything when your tech finishes. That's an illusion. You're getting some things faster, therefore other things aren't as fast. As you see, when tier 2 finishes, I have just about enough money for a Shadowhunter. Normally when tier 2 finishes 30 seconds later, I've got 300 gold more because it's 30 seconds later and you get 10 gold per second. So I would have 700 gold. Minus one Headhunter, 600 gold. That's enough for a Shadow and a Bestiary. And now I only just have enough to scrape for a Shadow. So there you are with just 5 Headhunters instead of 6. But in return you get the Shadow quicker. You also have slightly slower first Headhunters. He said Headhunters are 12 to 14 seconds slower with that build that I'm doing this game. That means that when your first camp is started by your Farseer, your Headhunter is joining you at the end of it. That's the old build, the one that I've been playing a lot recently. The new one, you don't have a Headhunter at the end of your first camp. But then there's always been 3 styles against Undead with Farseer Headhunter. You either go Farseer level 1.0, harass on the first camp, and make them not use their first skeletons
Work complete.
as much,
Ready to work. Work complete. Work complete.
right? So you're messing with their first camp. You sacrifice having any XP whatsoever, while you say you have less XP as well. They'll have more than you, but you keep them low. And that's plan number 1. Plan number 2 is you take either one item or one camp. Then you go, I call that one item harass or level 1.5 Farseer harass. And then you go find them and you interrupt them, not at the start or not in the middle of their first camp, but you interrupt them as they want to start a second camp.
Sleeper awakes.
And the third strat is you creep to level 2 and then you harass, then you have chain lightning benefits. And then the fourth option is you creep to level 3 and you start using Feral Spirit level 2. Each of them gives the undead more freedom consecutively as you delay your harass, but you gain more gold from creeping, more items, more XP, and you arrive at an opportune later time and you put more power into your Farseer. I think different maps may end up having different best approaches. Furthermore, you want to switch it up from time to time to confuse people. And finally, some undead opponents may be weaker against one style than the other. But the advantages of this build are clear. Quicker Shadow. The second part what Vorkas asked me is, can you get a mana pot? Initially I was cynical, as always, because I'm not as much of a visionary as he or other people are. But this game I thought, okay, let's get the mana pot for sure. What else do I have money for? Turns out the answer is nothing. And thus a novel thought was created. What if we don't get heal solve clarity at all? And I do think that's risky. I think probably it's better to not make Headhunter number 6, which saves 145, which gives me enough for a heal solve and almost enough for a speed scroll. No clarity potion then. But clarity potion is notoriously useless anyway in a fight. In a fight, Happy would have got that. In a fight, clarity gets cancelled. But mana pot gives you in combat utility. And that's what we're using now. So we have more hexes than usual. Instead of 4 hexes, we are going to have almost 6 hexes with mana regen. And that's more pressure on the opponent. This could be a valid style. We got way more hexes. Yeah, 6 hexes instead of 4. Without the need for clarity or to remove ourselves from the battle. But I think the fact that Farseer couldn't heal up, that was not good. So let's stay on 5 Headhunters, make the Shadow, go to tier 3, but we don't start 6th Headhunter. Or Troll Regeneration. Then we get Mana Pot, Heal Solve, Speed Scroll. No clarity. And then we are more okay to fight. We are expecting a fight. It's possible he doesn't want to fight. And then we have the Mana Pot and it's a waste. Maybe in situations where we expect them not to want to fight, we premeditatedly don't go Mana Pot. But that's a question for another time, for a later time.
We're under attack!
Exactly, Globe Trotsky. This is designed against Dark Ranger first, not Lich first. By the time I made my Shadow, I actually already knew it's Lich. The undead tech finishes at 455. Either I did fast replay speed or he was a bit late. Anyway, you can finish at 455, which means when I see him creeping this with DK only, I know it's Lich. That means I don't need to buy Mana Potion. Because it's Lich, not Dark Ranger. Nonetheless, it was still useful, but it's mostly designed to go up against Dark Ranger. Very interesting. If they go Dark Ranger, they want to fight pretty much always, says Warcraft, Cloud Mephisto. In my experience, it's not always. But according to Warcraft, Happy always wants the pressure with Dark Ranger. And that means that it will be useful. Mana Pot. The question is, what if they don't? And I have seen people not do it. For example, Dark Ranger on a map with lots of small creeps, lots of bodies, lots of skeleton body potential, and then they just snowball with 12 skeleton creeping.